Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is irrefutable evidence that the defendant is in fact lying.
Hey everybody, welcome. I'm Legal Vices. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be across this wonderful world here of ours. It's the day after. Welcome to Depp v. Heard +1. Rose likes my walls. Thank you very much, Rose. It's good to see you here today. Other people hate my wallpaper, but hey, I like it. So how are we doing? Did we all survive the great apocalypse that happened as Johnny Depp destroyed women's lives across the universe? Oh, and here we go. Here's Soy Mafia, my favorite wallpaper hater. Okay. Oh, hey, that's funny. What do you know here? This is Soy Mafia. She said, here we go. We're now here. Her dinner tonight is some spicy chicken, and she ate some chicken. I just finished eating some gochon chicken myself. Nice spice. If any of you in your life ever get the chance to have some Korean fried chicken, go for it. Korean chicken is the bomb. It is the shit. You don't get any better than Korean fried chicken. Soy Mafia and I had the same dinner tonight. I had some deliciously sweet and spicy chicken from Gochon Chicken, the red set. So on that note, welcome. The jury came back with their verdict. They gave us a little bit of a cock tease there at the beginning when they all came out and they all sat down, and then the judge Ascarati found out that they hadn't filled out the jury form correctly, so they had to go back and decide how much money they were going to throw at these two rich people. And then we got the verdict, and that's obviously what we're going to be talking about here today is the verdict. To all of you that got here on time and already, please do me a great favor. Like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. We'll all be here. We'll all be happy. And everything can proceed normally as always. Again, we're kind of skirting around that 20,000 subscriber mark. Let me bump back here and check. Oh, we're at 19,914. So let's see if we can get to 20K today. That'd be fun. All righty, let me bring up the live count. We're at 915, and then we went back down to 914. All right. So quick in the comments, what did everybody think of the verdict? Yes, no, good, bad? Just blast in a couple of words there, and we'll just kind of see where we all stand. Paul Forster is kicking off the day with a lovely donation. Thank you very much. Hey, bud, glad I found your channel. Appreciate you and your humor. I'm so glad you say that. Now, that reminds me, for those of you that may have come here to find out what a piece of shit Johnny Depp is and how he was destroyed everyone and made everyone's life difficult, that title was just pure clickbait. And those of you that know, I hope nobody was taken in by that and thought I'd lost my mind due to my sleep deprivation. But yeah, that's what the mainstream media would have us believe about all of this, is that it's the end of the universe for women, and that misogynist men are going to be continuing the quest to subjugate all women, which is probably not the case. But we've got sarcasm. That's right. Will she pledge repayments or be Chapter 7? You cannot bankrupt your way out of this, unfortunately for her. That's my understanding. That is under Virginia law that you cannot bankrupt yourself out of this particular judgment. So she's on the hook. All right. Well, before we get into the meat and bones of things, just a few things. First of all, I want to thank my moderators for doing their wonderful job. We are on subscribers only at the moment because we need to keep the bots and the people that are just coming here to spam obscenities and things out. But the moderator's job is not to crush free speech. This is a very based channel. Say what you want as long as it's within the boundaries of normal propriety. You know, be an adult, act like an adult, treat each other like adults, and we're good to go. That's the only admonition. You know the correct principles. Govern yourselves, and we'll be fine. Again, please like and subscribe as we launch into this thing here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start out with. Should we go? Has everyone seen the actual verdict? If I wonder if I should show the reading of the verdict. I wasn't planning on it because I just assumed that everybody saw it. If you want, I can start with showing the actual verdict being read. Tara Olson says yes. Does that mean yes, show it, or yes, I've already seen it, so please don't? What do all these yeses mean? Are these yes, we saw it and we don't want to see it again, or is it yes, please show it? All right. Well, we want. They seem to be. All right. Let me see how quickly I can do this here. I will try to bring up Nick Recada's deal where I was hanging out last night. Yeah. All right. I should have anticipated that people would want to see this thing again. So. Let me just whip down here real quickly to Recada Law. Trial live. Oh, that's day. We don't need to get into day one. That's a while ago. J-Watch 2. Fine. We've got the video now. Let's fast forward. God, Nick's videos. Nick was up all damn day. All right, we're scanning. That's the statement from the lawyers. They're coming out of the courtroom. And all right, there we are standing up. All right, sorry, I know it's not very exciting for you to watch me watch something else, but I think we are where we need to be. All right, let me bring up the screen here, and what we'll do is we'll start off with the showing of the verdict, and then after that we'll read the statements that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard issued, and then we'll get into what social media and mainstream news and other op-ed pieces are having to say about it, and we'll talk about this, and we'll just kind of see what everybody's feelings are, and it's going to be a pretty streamlined but open discussion here. And now that I don't have any trial to turn on to, I can just kind of chill and hang out here for a while. So let me pull up the verdict. And now that I changed screens, we will pull this up. And jury watch data. Okay, this is Nick Recada at Recada Law's site where we were all hanging out watching last night. Let's give us an expand this and pull. Alrighty, let's go.
Not the download here.
This is our commentary as we were going ahead and doing this live.
Weird, hiccuping going on.
Here we go.
Waiting for the jury to come in.
Heard looks like she's at a wake.
Let me see if
I mean, to be fair,
Law and Crime has 3 million live viewers.
Wow.
That's how, I mean,
what a waste of time.
Yes,
crazy.
But the amount of their picture is better, so I'm going to switch over to them. Hold on, here we go.
Oh yes, Nick's wearing his Pope hat because he's been dubbed the Pope of LawTube. That was,
much better.
That was a long story. If you want to see the whole thing, go back and watch
Mr. Foreperson, is this the verdict of the jury?
Watch Nick's stream.
All right, is it unanimous? Thank you, sir. Jamie?
Come on, 50.
Now, while this is playing out, how many of you were surprised by
with
the
7.
verdict?
I say it's 7.
In
I'm ending
civil
the poll.
Case number CL 2019-2911. Mr. Depp's claim against Ms. Heard.
1. As to the statement appearing in the online op-ed entitled, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition, quote, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Yeah.
Mr.
Oh,
Depp,
yeah.
by a greater weight of the evidence,
Let's see if there's actual tears.
the statement was made or published by Ms.
Hey, Beaver,
Heard.
welcome.
Answer, yes.
Sweet.
Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false.
Look at her
Answer,
face.
Yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question,
Wow.
the circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
That was one Gotcha. straight across the board. First
2,
one
as
gone.
this statement appearing in the op-ed entitled A Transformative Moment for Women in the Washington Post print edition and the online op-ed, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition. Quote, then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Another one.
Proven by a greater weight of the evidence. That question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false. Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes.
Guess they believe none of it.
Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement,
Oh, Rottenborn looks
it
unhappy.
conveyed a defamatory implication.
Okay, well, I'm just kind of, while I'm watching this, I'm also watching the chat here, and there's a lot of people talking about she shouldn't have been awarded anything. She shouldn't have got the $2 million. She shouldn't have been successful on any of the claims. But we'll talk about that in a second. When we get to that point, I'll pause it and we'll talk a little bit about what I think about that part of the verdict and why it happened.
Implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp. Answer, yes.
Oh, get
You
wrecked.
find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice. Answer, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh, music to my
Crushed.
actual
As to the
malice
statement,
ears.
Appearing in the op-ed entitled A Transformative
And
Moment
for the third
for
statement,
Women in the Washington Post print edition and the online op-ed, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition. Quote, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
oh!
Proven by a greater weight of the evidence. That question, the statement was made
I think she-
or published by Ms.
I think
Heard.
she'll cry when the
Answer,
money comes up.
yes. Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false. Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes.
Oh, brutal.
Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of this statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp.
Beautiful, beautiful
Answer,
words.
yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear
You wish you
and
stayed home today,
evidence
Miss Heard.
that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
And what
As
happens?
against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $10 million.
Yes!
We, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $5 million. In civil case number CL.
Okay, now let's
2009
stop. Oh gosh, dang it! I can't believe I just did that. Nope, I saved myself. Good. I thought I accidentally rewound the video all the way to the end, but I didn't. Shoo. Okay, I just clicked the speaker button. All right, so that was a clean sweep by Johnny Depp. He won all the cases. I mean, all of his claims. He won. He got a $10 million actual damages. That's the difference between the two types of damages. One is actual, and the other, the punitive damages, are just, you did something so wrong, we just think you need to be punished and pay a shit ton of money. So the actual damages they assessed were $10 million. The punitive damages, which are sort of the, you've done a really bad thing and we're going to punish you, was $5 million. But under Virginia law, the punitive damages are capped at $350,000. So what happens is, after the jury leaves, then the judge just makes an amendment and says, under the law, we have to lower the punitive damages down to 350. So that's it. I mean, Depp won everything. And now we're going to go into Amber Heard's claims, and I was surprised. I was surprised that she won the second one. She won the second issue of her 3 issues. But thinking about it, reviewing it, I think it was the right decision. But we'll talk more about that when we get there in just a moment.
In the April 8, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media use fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield, depending on their needs. They have selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts as the sword, inflicting them on the public and Mr. Depp. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no.
Oh!
2, as to this statement appearing in the April 27, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempt did not do the trick. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911, end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Ooh.
Has Ms. Heard proven by a greater weight of the evidence?
Wow.
Question, Mr. Waldman, while acting as an agent for Mr. Depp, made or published the statement? Answer, yes.
So if we look at that, what we're seeing on the on this issue, I guess technically, the way they're looking at it.
Question, the statement was about Ms. Heard. Answer.
Is I'm trying to back it up just a touch so we can really analyze the question. And we'll go right to here.
Spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight, quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media use fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield, depending on their needs.
Here, this is what we're looking
They
for.
have selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts as the sword, inflicting them on the public and Mr. Depp. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no.
This is her losing the first one.
As to this statement appearing in the April 27th, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempt did not do the trick. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine.
Okay, so this is her lawyer. I mean, Johnny Depp's lawyer, who they decided was acting on behalf of Johnny Depp when he made these statements. Johnny Depp's lawyer said that when the first group of cops came, they didn't see anything, and their efforts to get Johnny Depp in trouble didn't work, so they messed up the place. They spilled some wine here, and then they called the cops again. So if you look at it just strictly speaking, I would agree that Johnny Depp's team did not prove that was a true statement. I don't think they sufficiently proved that that's exactly what happened. So I think the jury was correct in finding that was a false statement. Where I disagree is that Johnny Depp's lawyer was acting as his agent when he said that, at the time he said that. So the substance of the statement itself, that it didn't work the first time, so they spilled wine, roughed the place up a bit, and called the cops again. Whether it's true or false, I don't think they proved that it was a true statement, so therefore you have to chalk it up as being false. But I disagree that his lawyer was acting as his agent. I don't think that was proven. So what I think happened, why do I think the jury ruled this way? They were 3 days, well, two days-ish, plus a couple hours into deliberations. They hadn't come back. This should have been a pretty easy case because they've had 6 weeks to process everything. What I think happened was there was one holdout juror, one juror that was for Amber Heard's side, and that person wasn't giving up, and none of the others were giving up. And so finally, they said, all right, look, we want to go home. So I'll tell you what, this was the weakest statement that was alleged to have been said by Johnny Depp's team. So I'll tell you what, we'll give Amber the win on this one point if you just give us the win on the other points, and then we can all go home. So I think it was a brokered deal. I think it was a brokered deal just to get there and get out of there. And as for the amount, it's like, okay, we want this 15 million. And you see, what's it going to take to get you out of the room? Amber should get 2 million. And so they said, okay, let's done. That's all I think it is. I think it was just a deal to give her a little bit of something so they could get what they wanted against, they could give her a little bit of a win to get Johnny Depp the big win. That kind of deal brokering is not uncommon. So both sides could sort of say they won, but Amber can't even admit that she won a little bit. She still has to be the victim. So that's my thought. That's my feeling on that. That was a bit of a deal that was being brokered.
Wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911, end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Ooh.
Oh,
Has Ms. Heard proven by a greater weight of the evidence?
wow.
Question, Mr. Waldman, while acting as an agent for Mr. Depp, made or published the statement? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was seen by someone other than Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false? Answer, yes. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven by clear and convincing evidence that the statement by Mr. Waldman was made with actual malice? Answer, yes.
I don't think they proved the malice point either. But
3.
What if they award
As
her
to this
10 million?
statement appearing in the April 27th, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, "We've reached the beginning of the end of Miss Heard's abuse hoax against Johnny Depp," end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no.
Boom.
Right. What'd she get
As
for number 2?
against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $2 million. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $0.
Did either side wish to have the jury polled? Yes.
And that is essentially the verdict. And I know people are calling for me to wear the hat, but that is like a full-on heavy, thick North Pacific Polish fishing fleet wool hat. That is freaking hot. Got to take that off again. That hat is way too hot to keep on in this time of year. So that was the verdict. That was how it came down. And let's catch up on. I think that I've got good thing I checked. Now I think yesterday, unfortunately, just because this is all so new to me, I think I missed a few of the super chats and things. If I missed yours, I am ridiculously, unbelievably sorry for having done that. But I think I may have missed one or two. Over Carvalho. Boy, sorry, I'm getting too excited, getting ahead of myself here. Thank you for the donation. Hello again from Brazil. Legal Vices rocks. Yes, show it. Okay, I did. Thank you so much. Eve Barlow's Rotten Crotch, welcome back. Thank you for your donation. That sarcastic thumbnail could have backfired worse than Amber squatting on a mattress. I just wanted to go clickbaity and clickbaity on the topic today, just because that's the mood I'm in. We could be out of control here by the end. Now, this is a comment from it's not me. It says Heard should never have been rewarded $2 million because she didn't deserve it, and if all she did was open the door for MSM, mainstream media, and some legal tubers to say Johnny and Amber both won, she didn't win. As I said, I think it was a compromise to get them out of there, to make sure that Johnny gets his deal and she gets a little bit of something, which essentially gets canceled out. So I think it was just a brokered deal. So my Beavers unit, you also mentioned, I think she's a trash bag and needs to be put in a mental home and get that crazy fixed. You can't fix that crazy. That kind of crazy you have to exercise out. I mean, that needs a Nick Rekieta level Pope of Law Tube to exercise those particular crazy demons. John Pine says maybe the jury didn't realize the $350K thing. They should have done 15 million and 350K. Well, they should have, but you're correct. They don't tell the jury about the limitation. If they know, they know. If they don't, they don't. And they really would have no reason to know, being lay people. But that's what they do. So the reason is that sends the message that this is what the jury would have given but for the law. And it still enables Johnny Depp's team to say, we were awarded $15 million. But even though they can only recover less than that because of that particular, but they can still say they were awarded $15 million. And Donna Hannaford, thank you very much. Jeff, think AH might suicide herself now. Oh, no, she's far too vain and narcissistic for that. She would never do that. They're just no way. She's far too into herself. A super sticker. Thank you very much, Sophia Claire Rowe. Much, much appreciated. You guys are awesome. And please, again, like and subscribe if you're having fun here, if you're doing the things that we all enjoy here. I'm waiting for a guest to arrive soon, so I'm kind of checking things out. Now, immediately after, and both sides had statements prepared already by the time this decision was done, because their responses were out immediately after the verdict, both sides. So I guess it's probably like the Oscars or other places where you have or presidential elections or whatnot, where you have a victory speech and a concession speech. And I think it would have been funny if they would have released the wrong statements. But Mr. Depp, he released a very nice statement at the end of the day here. It was lengthy, which we all just know that he has problems saying anything concisely. So let's yeah. Okay, Johnny Depp said 6 years ago, my life, the life of my children, the lives of those closest to me, and also the lives of the people who for many, many years have supported and believed in me were forever changed, all in the blink of an eye. Falsely, very serious and criminal allegations were levied at me via the media, which triggered an endless barrage of hateful content. Although no charges were ever brought against me, it had already traveled around the world twice within a nanosecond, and it had a seismic impact on my life and my career. And 6 years later, the jury gave my life back. I am truly humbled. The decision to pursue this case, knowing very well the height of the legal hurdles that I would be facing and the inevitable worldwide spectacle into my life, was only made after considerable thought. From the very beginning, the goal of bringing this case was to reveal the truth regardless of the outcome. Speaking the truth was something that I owed to my children and to all those who have remained steadfast in their support of me. I feel at peace knowing I have finally accomplished that. I am and have been overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and the colossal support and kindness from around the world. I hope that my quest to have the truth be told will have helped others, men or women, who have found themselves in my situation. That those supporting them never give up. I also hope that the positions will now return to innocent until proven guilty, both within the courts and in the media. I wish to acknowledge the noble work of the judge, the jurors, the court staff, and the sheriffs who have sacrificed their own time to get to this point, and to my diligent and unwavering legal team who did an extraordinary job in helping me to share the truth. The best is yet to come, and a new chapter has finally begun. Veritas numquam perit. Truth never perishes. Johnny Depp. So that's Mr. Depp's statement, which was released very, very quickly thereafter. And there's some video out there online of him meeting fans and greeting fans outside of a pub in England. But how gracious in defeat was Amber Heard? Well, she can't stay out of her own way. I mean, she has the literal, I believe, inability, whether the psychological inability to give any ground whatsoever. She had a perfect opportunity to come out and say that she won something, that she was vindicated in some small degree, although it wasn't to the level that she expected or hoped for or feels entitled to. But in giving her one of the claims, she was partially, she could have said this. She could have taken a win with the loss, but her statement was pure Amber Heard. I mean, let's see. We need to bring up this window here. Okay. All righty. The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I am heartbroken that the mountain of evidence was still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. Where is this freaking mountain of evidence she was talking about? Where is it? Why, if you have this mountain of evidence, why isn't it submitted? So she keeps saying, I had this mountain of it. She is so freaking delusional. I mean, she is like I said, we have to exercise this amount of crazy and delusion out of someone. She's so delusional. The mountain of evidence was still not enough to stand. Ugh. And again, she mentions this disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. I don't believe that her husband had a disproportionate power, influence, and sway over the jury. They did a rock solid job. The jury in this case was remarkable. They did an incredibly good job. Anyway, I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. This verdict means shit for other women. This verdict means nothing for other women. It's a setback. It is not a setback. This is a step forward for women, that they're not going to put up with this woman who tries to co-opt their story, lies about it, and brings. If it is a step backward, it's a step backward that Amber brought upon everything here. I mean, it sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated, only if they lie in court. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. Oh, no. No. This judgment sends exactly the opposite message. This isn't saying that if a woman speaks up, she's going to be publicly shamed and humiliated. It doesn't set back the idea that violence against women shouldn't be taken seriously. I mean, wait, that didn't come out right. It does not set back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. It does exactly the opposite. It says that the allegations of violence or violence against women should be taken so seriously that it's you need to be subjected to this level of scrutiny. It's not just a free pass anymore where you can just say whatever you want against a man and the public is going to bandwagon on and join you. That was the problem with Me Too. That's the problem with Believe All Women. You completely remove any discussion. It just becomes a foregone conclusion that whatever it is that the woman says happened actually happened. And that's not right, because you get the false reports. You get the false statements. And this is showing that juries and the public take allegations of abuse serious enough that if someone makes a false statement and tries to co-opt and bandwagon onto this, they're going to be rejected. And that's what's happened here. I believe Johnny's attorneys succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech. It was not the key issue. The key issue was whether you lied. Everybody in the United States of America has freedom of speech. You have the right to free speech, but that free speech is limited by certain factors, including truth and maliciousness. You cannot tell lies. You cannot tell lies maliciously. You cannot defame someone maliciously based on a mountain of lies, not a mountain of evidence. They did not overlook the key issue of free speech. They protected free speech and ignore evidence that was so conclusive that we won in the UK. We did not win in the UK, Amber Heard. We did not win. The Sun newspaper won. She was not a party to this. She was not a party in any way, shape, or form to the English proceedings. She was a witness, and that was it. And I don't think the evidence was that conclusive in the UK. I think there was some shenanigans there where the judge's son worked for the Sun newspaper. I mean, there was some shady shit going on there in England, one way or another. But this was not her win. UK was not her win. I'm sad I lost this case. I'm sure you are. And I'm sure your bank account is going to be sad. I'm sure the bank account is going to be sad. But I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly. You can still speak freely and openly, Amber. You just can't lie about it. And a jury of your peers, after 6 weeks of trial and consideration of the evidence that you presented to them, made the decision that you were lying. You do not have the right to lie and defame someone. Let's jump back here and check out a few more things. Tucson Sky says, congrats. Thank you for your donation. A medical malpractice attorney took my case a few months ago, and they're still collecting info, but I've been info, but I've been to I need a nursing home abuse or neglect attorney instead. Can I change attorneys? You should be able to. I can't see any particular reason why not. You can consult with someone, and then if you think that you want to use their services, then you can ask them how you can go about getting rid of your current attorney and hiring them instead, and see what can be done. Bubba Love Cats had to read that one carefully there. Question: Elaine told the Today Show. Oh, she was on the Today Show. I'll have to go watch that. That the jury had to have watched social media during the break, and that Amber Heard was demonized. Do you agree? No. No, I do not agree. Do I think they watch social media? I would. It's a long time. It's a long holiday weekend with nothing to do but hang around and have picnics and talk to friends and neighbors and get on your devices and things. I think it's possible that they saw social media, but that isn't the only way to explain this verdict. They did their own job of revealing social media's views during their case. That was that I thought was just ridiculously funny. You're trying to protect the jury from seeing any of these comments. You're trying to protect them from being exposed to social media and opinions and mainstream media and whatnot. But they were the ones. It was Amber Heard's own lawyers that made a big deal about how the whole world is against them. How hashtag Amber Turd is trending. How all of these things, and how they mentioned that everybody was against them. That umbrella guy, how he was leading this vast army of anti-Amber people on behalf of Johnny Depp. She introduced this information to the jury herself. Elaine told the jury that the whole world was against her client. That was stupid. Then they bring up all the analytics. It was really dumb. So it was Amber Heard's own lawyers that basically told the world that everybody is against her client. They told the jury the whole world is against our client, and here's the hashtags they're doing behind it. So that's her own damn fault. All right, greeting. Oh, hey, Bichoske. Okay. Greetings from Seoul. I see a huge collection of whiskey back there. What is your favorite these days? These days, I'm lurking through Isla whiskeys, but right now, for all of you Irish out there, I have me a Redbreast 12-year cask strength edition coming at a mild 58.2% alcohol. That's the drink of choice this evening. But these days, I've been into a lot of Isla scotches. Ardbeg, Corey Vrecken has been the one I've been drinking mostly recently. So yeah, thank you for the question and thank you for the donation. Olivia Pruitt, hashtag men too. Thank you. And Danielle McNally, it sets women back when a person lies about abuse. Absolutely correct. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. And Bioske again, I hate to use this word, but there is no other word I can describe this BH with what a cuttin. Just reading it as written. So now here we are. This is where we're left with these statements. We've got the verdict. We've got the statement from Amber. We've got the statement from Johnny. So where do we go from here? The next step is the social media and mass media and mainstream media and the online articles about this. And of course, some of them have realized they have to side with Johnny Depp because he won. Contrary to maybe what they wanted to have happen, but he won. So some of them are realizing they have to give the jury credit for coming to this decision. But there's still a main section of the of media out there that is still, without question, unequivocally Amber Heard supporting, and they're the ones that are saying that this is the headline. This is where I got the headline from. The title for my article was based on this silliness, that everything that happened in this trial is just going to destroy women forever and ever and ever, and that women are this makes women victims for eternity, and it sets everybody back in a time wise forever. And I mean that's what a lot of media are saying. A lot of media are saying that I have a spelling error in my title, that Johnny Depp has destroyed women forever. That's how they can make these arguments is just simply drinking Amber's Kool-Aid and not questioning, taking everything. If you look at all these articles, they're just sort of taking everything that she says as fact. They start out with the premise that she suffered everything that she said she suffered. That's how they start their analysis of the situation. And if you start your analysis of the situation from that point of view, then you've already started off on the wrong foot. You first have to examine and consider whether or not that statement is true. Did this actually happen to her? And once you've made that decision based on the evidence, then you can examine what the effect of that is. But when you start out by saying that this happened to her, and in the face of these horrific things that happened to her, the jury came back with this decision. If that's where you start your argument, you can't help but end up at a really fucked up place, which is that the universe is against women. But again, that didn't happen. So now we'll kind of take a little bit of a stop through news articles to see how a lot of big name media is looking at the situation. But before we do that, let's clear some more of these. And guys, I deeply appreciate these donations. I don't beg for them, but I'm very, very grateful to get them. The only thing I'll beg for is subscribes and likes. If you're here, if you're enjoying this, if you haven't done so already, I would be deeply grateful if you would like and subscribe, and let's kind of push it up over 20,000 subscriptions today. So please subscribe and like while you're listening to this. It takes about a tenth of a second to do. Engineer, thank you for your donation. First SC since your monetization. Thank you so much. We appreciate the SCs. All hail Colonel Sanders. That's why I don't have a goatee. I used to have a goatee that was just here, and Koreans would literally stop and ask me to take pictures with them, and they would call me they'd call me KFC Ajishi or KFC Harabuji, which is like KFC uncle or KFC grandfather. So yeah, that's why I started growing out the full beard, to reduce that a little bit. Oh, already read that. Thanks again. Mother of Deaths, thank you. Greetings from Chile. Can you do a show talking about the weird stuff on the legal side in Korea? Like the difference between law in Korea and USA? Yeah, I will. I think we're kind of locked into talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard for at least a few more days, probably in the next week, as we just clear through the rubble here. But yeah, that's one thing that I definitely plan on doing, is kind of talking about some practical differences between the two jurisdictions. Gianna GC, greetings from Philippines. Greetings. Thank you for your donation. It is much appreciated. I wish I was drunk. You love to see it. I hope we're talking about loving to see this, because that's what I love to see. Thank you very much for your donation. Euros welcome. Paige King, can Waldman's malpractice cover the $2 million? It wasn't malpractice. Yeah, I mean, there was no malpractice, and Johnny Depp would never sue Waldman, I believe. But yeah, I mean, what will likely happen is and my understanding also is that you can't just say, okay, I owe you $10 million. You owe me $2 million. So here, I'll give you $8 million. We're done. You can't do that by default, is my understanding. But if the two parties agree and say, look, I can give you $2 million and you can give me $8 million, or we can just say, all right, let's set them off. and then you just give whatever's left. That would make the most sense. But whether she agrees to that or not, who knows? But I wouldn't give her a damn penny until I get something, because wouldn't it suck if they decided to handle the payment separately? Johnny Depp pays her $2 million. She doesn't pay him anything, and she walks away making money from this, and he ends up losing it. So that would kind of suck. But all right, before we really dive into this, we need to take a very important look at something here. What is the background of this case? All of these situations that we heard about, the broken furniture, the broken glass, the broken windows, the bruises, all of these things we know now didn't happen the way she said they happened. So will we ever find out how all of this happened? Well, Netflix has come to the rescue. Netflix has shown us exactly how this happened. And, Netflix is not the most based of organizations now. You in stories, you swap out genders and races and things to be woke and to get the viewership, and it's starting to backfire on them for doing that. But I think in an attempt to redeem themselves, they did a gender swap on the Amber Heard story. So Netflix was very, very quick to put out the trailer for their new TV series, which I'm going to assume is based on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation. And because it is such a farcical situation, because it's such a ridiculous, ridiculous story, I think they've swapped out Amber Heard playing herself for a great, great actor to take on the role in the gender swapped version of this story. And here is the trailer for the Amber Heard Netflix series.
On all 14 counts of dangerous.
Okay, a little bit of silliness there. I saw that today, and that's the only thing I could think of was this is the true story of the dog, the bee, the destruction of the household property. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. All right, where do we go from there? Mr. Bean has stepped on a bee. Rowan Atkinson is great, so he'll do very, very well in the Amber Heard role. No worries about that. All right, Apple Pie, thank you very, very much. I already liked and subscribed, so you'll have to make do with this. Oh, I'm very flattered by that. Thank you very much. That'll have to do, and it does. It works just fine. Uncle Bear, perfect thing to listen to as I go to work early in the mornings. Keep it up, or else. Oh, I'll keep it up. Don't worry. I like to hear myself talk. Sarah Brain, thank you very much. Greetings from England, and cheers to the future of your channel. Cheers to you too. Thank you very much. All right. Engineer, Cal Maritime grad who visited Mokpo with the training vessel back in 2001. Lovely place and people. Mokpo's way out on the west side of Korea. Thank you very much for your donation. Is Amber Heard going to appeal? What's your prediction? Oh, yeah, that's one of the articles that we're going to get to. I think she probably will, and I think she's an idiot for doing that. Thank you very much for your donation. Tucson Sky, you didn't already read my chat. It was my second one. I didn't? Oh, crap. Have I missed it? Shit. I'm trying to catch everything. I'm trying to star everything. Biker Donovan, hi from the UK. I've just sent a PM on Twitter to you. We'll explain the UK trial and why it was corrupt. Big conflict of interest. Yes, there was. There was a big conflict of interest. We'll look at that if we get some time. Helen T, thank you for the super sticker. Deep loves and appreciation all around to everybody here. And I'm sorry if I missed the Sorry if I missed the super chat. I'll do better next time, I promise. I'm trying here. I wish I was drunk. That's just mouse hunt with a bee. Remember that? I hadn't thought of that, but I guess you're right. So anyway, now that we've had the true Amber Heard story here, we need to go and see, where do we go from here? And again, as I mentioned, it's sort of being played out in a lot of the mainstream media as this case, through this case, Johnny Depp has set the women's movement back. He destroyed women's credibility. Nobody's ever going to believe women again. It is what it is, but it's something that we need to look at. And the first place we're going to start is with this article from Vice. Let me blow it up here. Oh, hello. Amber Heard is disappointed beyond words regarding the verdict to Johnny Depp's defamation lawsuit against her. The jury in trial ruled that Heard defamed Depp when she wrote a 2018 Washington op-ed. Okay, this is just kind of reading her statement here. I don't think we need to review the part that is just reading her statements. Okay, down here at the end. But the jury also found that Depp defamed Heard in the course of fighting back against her charges. While the jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, also awarded Heard $2 million in compensatory damages for her counterclaims. And again, remember, the compensatory claims are the actual damages that she's suffered. As Variety reported on the verdict, the court clerk read aloud the jury's verdict, finding that Heard had defamed Depp with each of 3 statements in the op-ed. The jury also found that Heard had acted with actual malice, meaning that they were convinced she had made the statements knowing they were false. The jury ruled in favor of Heard on 1 of 3 statements that were made by Depp's lawyer, Adam Waldman. So here we have Variety echoing and parroting Amber Heard's story and viewpoint that this sets back women. And we were asked about the appeal. That is the next article that's coming up. And I was surprised something like this came out this quick before they even probably really sat down and thought about what it means. I mean, this blows up in her face again. This goes against everything she said throughout the trial, which was, I just want Johnny to leave me alone. I just want to move on. I don't want it. I want him out of my life. So if she appeals, she's going to invite Johnny Depp back into her life for a significant period of time. You can't say you don't want him in and then invite him back in. Take your L, move on. Make your apologies. Get the help you need, and I honest to God hope she gets help. I mean, it can't be good going through life like this. I mean, she needs to get help. She needs to do her mea culpas. If she has any chance of doing anything other than some TV movie for whatever, the Hallmark Channel or something like that, you've got to own it. You've got to take responsibility. And again, she's just accusing Johnny Depp of not taking responsibility. Okay, so let's see what she wants to do here. Jurors in the U.S. court ruled in favor of Depp's claim of defamation on 3 counts after a 7-week trial. The actor now I object. They didn't even put quotation marks around the word actor. Again, we're just supposed to assume she's actually an actor. The actor Amber Heard is reported to be planning an appeal after losing a defamation trial against her former husband, Johnny Depp, over allegations of domestic abuse. The jurors in a Virginia court ruled in favor of Depp's claim of defamation on 3 counts, including awarding the Pirates of the Caribbean actor $15 million, which was later reduced by the judge to $10.35 million. Alifair Hall, Hal's spokesperson, said the Aquaman actor, Aquaman. That was one of my favorite lines from the whole trial. Aquaman. The Aquaman actor planned to appeal the decision, according to the New York Times. I will not pay for a New York Times subscription, and I've reached my allotment of free articles, so I can't bring it up. Heard had demanded $100 million in a countersuit against Depp, in which she argued she was defamed by his press agent. His press agent or his lawyer, who described her allegations as an abuse hoax aimed at capitalizing on the Me Too movement. She succeeded on only one count and was awarded $2 million. Depp's lawyers convinced the jury that he did not assault Heard, and her allegations of domestic abuse in a Washington Post article defamed Depp and did so with malice. I think it was very, very malicious what she did. In a statement afterwards, which made no mention of the reported appeal, Heard expressed her disappointment. I'm very disappointed with this verdict, what this verdict means for other women. It's again, we echo the setback issue of her statement. Heard added, it is a setback. It sets back the clock to a time when women spoke out publicly, and we just read that. The jury's unanimous decision ended a 7-week trial that featured dozens of witnesses and experts weighing in on whether Depp was abusive to Heard during their 15-month marriage. Lisa Bloom, a high-profile U.S. lawyer who represented women whose sexual harassment claims led to the dismissal of the Fox News anchor Bill O'Reilly, predicted that the Heard Depp case would be decided on appeal. Interesting, they call it the Heard Depp case and not the Depp Heard case. They should call it the Depp Heard case, but they're putting her in the forefront, I guess. So speaking to BBC Two's Newsnight, she said, I want to emphasize that this is not the end because most defamation cases are really decided on appeal. I think she has no viable grounds that I can see for appeal. I can't imagine what her grounds would be. I mean, other than just to try to keep this going, I don't see the point of this. She can't say the jury was totally biased because they gave her $2 million. She can't say the jury didn't consider the facts properly because they chose one of the three to award her, which means they had to have made distinctions between claims 1 and 2. Ordinarily over unless there's some amazing technicality that all of LawTube missed, I don't think she has a chance on an appeal. Yeah, and they can't bring new evidence. I mean, what? It's. I mean, I think it's just her. What? I mean, if I had to just speculate as to why she was really going for an appeal, I would guess she hopes to get to the point where, I mean, it's going to cost Johnny Depp, if they go through with the appeal, if she can find someone that's going to take her appeal for no fee or a reduced fee or some kind of contingency fee for a percentage of her recovery, and they believe she has a chance to win. The only real strategy I can think of, which is not uncommon, is she knows Johnny Depp is going to have to spend millions of dollars on his appeal. He already owes her $2 million, and she owes him a bunch. So she could be using this as a strategy to appeal the decision, and he's going to have to make a decision. Do I want to settle with her for X millions of dollars? Let's say, do I want to settle with her for $2 million more, or do I want to fight this out and pay my own lawyers $3 or $4 million more? We're going to fight it and I'm going to win, but it's going to cost me more to win the appeal than it would be to settle with her. That if she's thinking that way, that's the only thing that I can imagine she would be thinking for trying to appeal this, would just be to force him into a situation where he wants to settle because it's going to cost him less to settle with her than it will cost to fight it. And if it does go that way, I hope he would fight it. But we'll just have to see. What do you guys think? I'm frustrated that she just will not get help. She will not give any ground. She will not admit anything. And that is the view that got her here. I mean, she has to inflate all of these stories. She has to create all of these new stories that nobody's ever heard of. She has to come up with these lies. I think this court case would have come out much differently if she would have chose 3 or 4 of the alleged situations that had the most evidence for them and focused on those. Focused on these, because you only need the one episode technically to get to get your claims awarded. So, focus on 2 or 3 things and hammer the same story over and over again. Focus your evidence submission on these 3 or 4 incidents to make the jury think, well, maybe there is something to this. Maybe she's convinced me that at least a couple of these bad things happened. But if you just go in and say 8,000 things happened, and these egregious stories of being drug across broken glass, slipping on broken glass, the being savaged by a bottle claim. When you get to this level of claim inflation without the evidence to back it up, the natural response, the natural inclination of the jury is to say, you lied about this, you lied about that thing, so you're lying about, you might be lying about everything else. By putting in the clear lie, you're weakening significantly the stories that may or may not be a lie. I just hope she doesn't appeal. That would be a bad decision. All right, we're gonna move on to some more of the opinions for those of you that are in England. We're gonna turn to the Guardian. The Guardian, the bastion of fine journalism, rivaled only by some of the journalistic sources we have in the U.S. But while I'm pulling this up, please give some likes and subscribes if that's your thing. I would deeply appreciate it if you just kind of reach over there and click on the like button, click on the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and let's continue our journey here together as we look at the Guardian article titled "The Amber Heard Johnny Depp Trial Was an Orgy of Misogyny." This is an orgy of misogyny by Moira Donegan. Moira doesn't look like a happy person. The backlash to hashtag #MeToo has long been underway, but this feels like a tipping point. I think it should be a tipping point. Again, I've said Me Too and you believe all women is inherently wrong. Me Too started out as a very necessary, very important part of social development and dialogue, but it quickly got out of hand when everybody started bandwagoning, and then we reached the pinnacle, which is this. When it ruins the validity of the other legitimate hashtag Me Too victims. So, I've said for the longest time, and I believe it should be, listen to all women. You listen to men. Listen to men as well. Listen to anyone who says that they have been a victim of this type of thing. Listen to all women. Listen to men too. Listen and think critically. Listen and weigh the evidence. Listen and see where follow the logic. That makes much more sense than just the whitewashed, bigoted, I was trying to think of a word that doesn't involve swearing. Bullshit that is in the statement, believe all women. Women lie. And it's arrogant to say that they don't. And it's arrogant to say you have to believe someone just by what type of plumbing they have. Well, let's see what Moira has to say here. In text messages to friends, Johnny Depp fantasized about murdering his then wife, the actress Amber Heard. Now again, was he fantasizing? Was he fantasizing, or was he making a joke? I think we all know and appreciate that he was loosely paraphrasing Monty Python and the Holy Grail and adding his own ending. I don't think he was fantasizing about murdering his wife. He was venting clearly to a friend and using his dark humor. I will fuck her burnt corpse afterwards to make sure she's dead, Depp wrote. In other texts, he disparaged his wife's body in luridly misogynistic terms. Body shaming, mushy, pointless, dangling, overused, floppy fish market, he called her. And see, now we need to bring in the old Monty Python quote, Wankel rotary engine. If you haven't seen the Wankel rotary engine skit, you have to. The texts became public as part of Depp's defamation suit against Heard, now at trial in Virginia court. Ostensibly, Depp is suing over a 2018 article that Heard published in the Washington Post titled, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. In the piece, the actress writes, 2 years ago, well, you know, she said, I became a public figure representing DA. The article does not mention Depp. They keep saying that, but clearly the jury found that it did. Clearly, you can say it's about Johnny Depp without saying it's about Johnny Depp. But his lawyers say that the piece was about him. Duh. And was defamatory. For those 11 words, Depp is seeking $50 million. I don't think the number of words is important. I don't think the number of words has any reflection on the validity of the claims or the reasons behind them. A jury thought he deserved it. Yes, they did. That kind of ends the discussion for the time being, unless she appeals. On Wednesday, the case's verdict came in, finding that Heard defamed Depp, acting with malice when she described herself as a victim of domestic abuse. Bizarrely, that same jury found that one of Depp's lawyers defamed Heard when he said that her account of abuse was a hoax. Yes, they did. And as we explained, they just found one statement, one description of a scene, one description of a time where he alleged that they falsified the scene was incorrect and defamatory. It's not as onerous. It's not as bad. It's not as heavy as they're making it sound. The verdict came after a trial that was televised. An extremely rare situation for a proceeding that concerns allegations of DV. I don't know how rare it is, but I mean, it's not common. And which was subject to almost inescapable media coverage, nearly all of it in favor of one litigant. Yeah, I would say things got pretty John Deppy towards the end, but then towards the middle anyway. Then she switched her PR firms, and then the mainstream media went hard for Amber Heard again. Even as the jury was not sequestered, sequestering the jury doesn't do anything. The strange, illogical, and unjust ruling has the effect of sanctioning Depp's alleged abuse. Okay, you can't sanction alleged. If you can sanction something that happened, but sanctioning alleged thing, you can't sanction something that didn't happen. And of punishing Heard for speaking about it. She should be punished for speaking about it if she lied about it. It will have a devastating effect on survivors who will be silenced. Now, with the knowledge that they cannot speak about their violent experiences at men's hands without a threat of ruinous libel suit. In that sense, women's speech just became a lot less free. No, I think we're holding the statements to the standard they need to be held to. If you're going to say something that you intend to ruin someone's life, if you intend to ruin someone's career, take away everything they have, take away their livelihood, take away their method of livelihood, make them look horrific in front of their children, turn their children possibly against them, to subject their children to all of the taunts and things that their friends are going to be saying about them at schools, or the things they're going to have to read online about their father or their mother. If you want to do that, you had better be able to prove your point, at least to a reasonable ground, at least to a reasonable degree of certainty. If you're going to do all of that and say all of these horrible things happened to you, and you take pictures of the guy sleeping, you take the pictures of a broken bed, not the blood-soaked pillows that were supposed to be at the top of the bed. If you do that, I don't think that you've really done an effective job proving that happened. So if you're going to make these claims, you need to be able to substantiate them to a sufficient degree that you sound at least credible, at least believable in some level. A broad consensus has emerged online that Heard must be lying about her situation, her A. Clearly she was. Clearly she lied about some of it. Maybe did she lie about all of it? Who knows? But the fact that she was lying about some of it and lying about a lot of it casts the doubt on the other statements, the other lesser situations, and makes you question whether or not they happened at all. She has been accused of faking the photos of her injuries from Depp's alleged beatings, painting bruises on with makeup. She's been accused of convincing the multiple witnesses who say Depp abused her to lie. Who are the multiple witnesses who say that they abused her? Who said that they witnessed Johnny Depp doing this to her? For years, repeatedly and under oath for years, these conspiracy theories are unsupported by the facts of the case. Okay, whose facts were supported by evidence in this case? But that has not stopped them from spreading. Online, the case has taken on a heady mythology, and belief in Depp's righteousness persists independent of evidence. Johnny Depp has never said he was righteous. Johnny Depp has never said he was righteous. He's taken full responsibility for his drug use, his alcohol abuse, his violent temper, and breaking his own shit. He's taken credit for all of that. He hasn't said he's righteous, even in the closing statements. Chu said, yeah, he's not a perfect guy. He's not a righteous guy. He's got problems. What Depp was saying is, yes, I do have a drug issue. I had a drug issue. I had an alcohol issue. I broke things, but I did not do that. Independent of evidence. In the service of this myth, any cruelty can be justified. In the myth that he's a righteous person, any cruelty can be justified. When Heard took the stand, she became emotional as she tried desperately to become emotional. How's that? She became emotional as she recounted how Depp allegedly hit her, manipulated and controlled her, surveilled her. I think that was are they talking about the elevator cameras? I think the building was surveilling her, and he caught her and SA'd her. Allegedly, mind you. Afterwards, ordinary people, along with a few celebrities and even brands like Duolingo and Milani, took to social media to mock or undermine Heard. Well, hell yes. Godfrey. They took to social media to mock or undermine Heard. Yes, Milani undermined Heard. Why did they undermine Heard? Because she lied about using their product. She said this product, that's what Elaine said. She pointed, this is what she carried. Not something like this, not makeup, and this is just kind of an example. She said this is what she kept in her purse the entire time because she had to hide bruises. And that led Milani to say, hey, sorry, that product did not exist at the time she was doing this. The only reason that undermines Heard is that Heard lied about it. If she hadn't done that stupid thing, if she hadn't had her lawyer do that stupid thing with this is what she had, Milani never would have released anything on social media. Oh, and look who we have here. Our guest for the evening. Who is our guest for the evening? Well, let me tell you who it is.
He's the best lawyer in Miami.
Welcome. Where are we here? Get you up here.
There you go. Dope Boomer advices. You got this shit.
I do.
How's it going, my brother? How's it going? Good to see you.
The best lawyer in Miami.
It's not hard. It's not hard. There are a bunch of fucking sketch balls down here. Let me adjust this sketchy light that I'm using. Speaking of sketchy stuff. No, I'm doing great. I've got my Cuban coffee here. I've got my pastelito, my guava and cheese pastry from one of my favorite places, Gilbert's, here in Miami. I'm
that
set
sounds
up.
interesting.
Guava and cheese. It is fucking amazing. I know it sounds weird, but
it
it
sounds
is
great.
on point.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've just got my booze. I
Yeah,
got my booze legs under me again.
That's very on point for you, Jeff. And it's the appropriate time there. You're in the time zone for drinking. I'm in the time zone for coffee. So we're kind of meeting in the middle here. Normally we'll be on the same wavelength. I look forward to that wavelength when I get back to Korea.
Yeah, my liver had to take a knee yesterday and set it out for a day. So
well, you're through it. You made it through. We're through. Like we're past the point where you're going to need to do an all day trial stream. You're going to get to sleep now like a regular human. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering what I'm going to do after I finish here. my circadian rhythm is so out of whack that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to sleep.
Yeah, we'll find a way. We'll find a way. Maybe I'll just keep you up all night in Itaewon. We'll reset it. We'll do a hard reset.
Sweet. But we've got Andrew Legal Mindset here. If obviously
everybody is subscribed to me. I know all these people. I see Ice Cold Wolf up in here. My Beavers unit. I got her. She's great. You modded her, right? You better mod her. She's good.
Oh yes.
Okay. Yeah. Beavers.
I've got some top notch mods here, so we're doing good. We've got the backstage people making me look a little better than I am.
Good. Well, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that, Jeff. It's hard to make you look better. So, what is this a statement here? What are you looking at? I heard you getting worked up. What's going on?
This let me mark this here so we can get back to where we are. This is a statement from The Guardian, an op-ed.
Oh, fuck The Guardian.
About an orgy of misogyny by with Moira Donegan.
I don't think this woman has ever been in an orgy.
I was just going to say, name one thing that Moira has never been part of.
She has not been in an orgy ever. That is not happening. Not happening.
That was going to be my question. Name one thing she has never been a part of.
Yeah. So I heard that I haven't found this, but everyone keeps saying that that Elaine was on the Today Show, I guess.
Yeah, I just heard that and I hadn't seen it either.
But here's the thing, guys. If we were to play that, we'll fucking get copyright struck like a motherfucker by those people. So, we'll probably have to like get a transcript of what she said and talk about it because those people are totally breaded. They will totally copyright cuck us. So, trying to play that live would is a no bueno. Just so you guys know, like it's not because we don't want to, but it's often because we literally can't. Shout out to Max Mura with the 250 yen over there. Trying to colonize us over in Korea. With his dirty yen.
We've got to clear a couple of these real quick here. SparkPoint Media, thank you so much. Thank you for bringing back critical thinking and patience to listen to the whole story before opening one's mouth. You and others like you are the future of conversations. D versus H has been a great start. Let's just hope it keeps going, man. Nick and I share it. I'm sure you do. We need cameras in every courtroom for every hearing. Mm-hmm. There needs to be. Can you imagine how this would be playing out on media today if there hadn't been cameras in the courtroom to show what was happening, what the testimony was? This would be a completely different media fest today.
Yeah.
Max again, the other donation. Watching LV's great video on Mario Batali's acquittal. Yeah, go back and watch that. That was a good to get old Chef off. He's looking a little rough these days. He's been through a bad few years. And he got acquitted of this setup.
Yeah.
All right, Gypsy Lou. Gypsy Lou, True Crime 2. Watch Elaine's interview with the Today Show. There we go again. Yeah, we'll watch it and
comment on it. We'll comment on it at some point. Yeah, I don't want Jeff to get his channel in trouble. He's doing so good. Yeah, when you're on a roll, you don't want to get hamstrung by some of these copyright cuts, especially when your channel is growing. That's not something you want to get involved in. My clickbait title got me subscriptions, and then I guess they found out it wasn't exactly what they thought it was going to be. So the 15 I got, I've lost since I posted the sorry, it's not going to happen here. We're definitely not in the Amber Heard section here. Super chats, y'all. Thank you, Jenny, so much. Deeply appreciated. Lawrence, bringing it in. Thank you for your super chat as well. Have you thought about setting up a locals page for your community? Not yet. I'll help you with. I can help you with that on the back end when you get back to. We can talk about that.
Yeah, I'm already running before I should be walking at this point.
Yes, so. He's got to focus, guys. He just started like a couple of weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
He wasn't even a channel, and now he started. But I think that's a great idea. Yeah. I have a locals page, legalmindset.locals.com. A lot of you are already subscribed to it. Frankly, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. During this trial, I have been a little negligent on my locals. But it's a great way to have a community, and it's much better than Patreon. Much better
cool.
than Patreon.
Yeah, like I said, I need to figure out what the hell I'm doing right here in the foreground before I branch out. We're taking it by steps. We're taking in steps here. Max, thank you again for your second. Tara Reid's story was killed. DOA muted for Biden.
Yep.
I would comment on that, but I don't want to be muted for Biden too.
No. It's like I have news about Hillary Clinton. Click, boom.
Yeah. Max, again, thank you again so much as always. Miami's on the scene. In case you didn't know it.
In case you didn't know.
I was wrapped up in my righteous anger, and kind of missed him there for a minute, but I think we got picked up. Let me quickly star a few of these for later consumption. Well, we got to dive into this article so we can get our blood pressure back up to where it was. Man, I either want that to be on my tombstone or that's going to be the title of my autobiography. Orgy of Misogyny.
It's still a good one.
It is, or at least a good OnlyFans something or other. So I was just ranting about Milani taking to social media to undermine Heard. Yeah, that's the only reason they went there, was just to specifically, or it's product protection. That was the only reason. If she hadn't have done that thing where she just said, this is the product, not I used a product like this, I used something similar to this. She said, she had Elaine say, this is the product I use. And Milani, they have their brand protection to worry about. They can't seem to be agreeing with it. Otherwise, people are going to call them a liar for not speaking out about it. They have to protect their brand by saying, no, that did not exist at the time. And this is the us, they took screenshots of her weeping face and made it a meme. Screenshots of her weeping face are the least of the memes she has to worry about. When you're comparing a weeping face meme to the one of her taking a shit on the sidewalk and a dog sweeping it up, I would take the weeping face memes any day of the week.
The memes have been savage, but the memes are like some of the best part of the trial. In fact, tomorrow I want to do, like, on my channel, when I'm streaming in the morning, we're going to talk about potential appeal and what's going on with that. But also I want to do a meme review, like, because this memes like in memoriam, like these memes have been fucking great throughout this trial.
Yeah, people came hard and fast with the meme game here, including many who performed mocking reenactments of her testimony, lip syncing along as she recounted the alleged event. The audio of her crying became a TikTok trend. The cruelty has now been joined in and compounded by the jury. The jury is compounding the cruelty. That is such bullshit. That is, again, it's one of these people who are on that bandwagon that says just the mere act of him filing this lawsuit is violence against
violence with violence. Yes, it's quite insane.
They're compounded by the jury, who have gone beyond mocking her for telling her story and now declared that she actually broke the law by doing so. Again, you have freedom of speech. You just do not have the freedom to lie about someone and do it maliciously. And this is not the first time Depp has been sued over the allegations. In 2020, a British court heard Depp's lawsuit against the British tabloid The Sun.
Here we go. This fucking tired line. And let me, sorry, this gets me worked up. Let me say something right here. This is something you're going to hear from the fucking Amber Stans and the Amber Simpsons. Well, this was already litigated. Why do we have to do this again? Well, Amber already won. Amber wasn't a fucking party to that case. That's your response. Amber has never been sued. Amber has only been to trial once, and she's only lost once. Just because you testify doesn't mean you're on trial. It's completely different. And they did not rule that he was a wife beater. All they ruled is that did not constitute defamation under UK law. Be very fucking specific.
And her entire role was a witness. She was the Dr. Nosferatu level. That's all she was, just a witness.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Witness. Well, other than a useless, manipulative, abusive whore. But yeah, I mean, other than that, yeah, she's nothing else. Yes. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Wait, there's more. But wait.
Fuck Amber Heard. Right,
No,
this is just
don't do that. No, don't do that.
And I've got to, in Vices, I've got to bounce here in 10 minutes. I just wanted to stop in to pop hot, say hi, and make sure I'm going through this. But you're going to see so many of these articles dropping this type of stuff. This is just going to be one of many, because there's two options. There's get in line with the verdict, or there's double down. This is double down.
Yep.
This is double down. And this is the last gasp of Me Too. And I love that you're breaking these down, because you're going to see, the thing is, this breakdown that Jeff is doing, and I see a meme right here with the super chat, 699 Canadian, saying Jeff is real good at breakdowns. Jeff is excellent at breakdowns and excellent with detail, something that I sometimes struggle with, but Jeff is very, very good with that. And as he breaks this down, you're going to be able to copy paste the same arguments over, because they're using the arguments in other articles, right? So when you see a new article, the same objections that we're raising today are going to be true then. They are so one note. They have no other arguments other than the Sun trial, other than, oh, look, she won on one of the counts, so that means that Johnny must be a part abuser, right? Or, hey, this is an injustice to all women. This is part of the system, which is somehow being manipulated by Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is somehow controlling the jury, the judge, and everybody else, somehow.
And that's Amber Heard's PR team that's doing all this, because just like any good talking points, they'll start to say exactly the same thing in two different media organizations that should have nothing to do with each other, which is why you continually saw this theme that arose immediately after she switched her PR team, the imperfect victim.
Imperfect victim. And Jeff,
I've triggered Andrew.
No, you did. That fucking word. You literally, that word, I bring it up because they were saying that in the media the day before it came out at trial. This just shows how the PR team, and we all know they do this, the PR team leaks where they're going so that they've seeded people for it. So that when they see it and hear it on TV, they're willing to say, oh, imperfect victim. I remember reading that in Vox, in Vogue, right? In Vice, right? All the three. And I hate, by the way, I hate that Vice is such a cucked periodical, because it's obviously clearly a superior name here, you know, for a legal Vice. I mean, clearly it's a good name. But I remember when Vice was a good publication.
Yeah, it was a good counterculture thing, and
counterculture. When Tim Pool was at Vice for a while, and they were going like into North Korea. Remember that they did like the Vice guide to North Korea. That was cool. Now they're just being a bunch of fucking cucks, and they're in this hashtag, you know, believe all women, hashtag, you know, Me Too. And they've really ridden that for the last couple of years, and they're committed to it.
Have you seen the Netflix version of the Amber Heard story that just came out today?
What is it called? Cuties? No, I'm joking. But like, what's the Netflix version?
Okay, some of the people here, I don't know if people have abandoned us that have already seen it or not. I'm sure some, if not most of the people here, but we're just going to play it again just for you. It's a typical Netflix gender switch thing where they took the story of Amber. It's already out. They dropped the trailer today.
They already dropped it.
It's starting in November.
Okay, what's it called?
we'll bring it up for you here. It's
Okay.
they've done a gender switch where Amber Heard is now a senior citizen man, and this just explains all of the situation. Explains the dog. It explains the violence, the victimhood, the bruises. It explains the trashing of the apartment and everything else. So let's go with the new Netflix show
On all 14
story. And it would
Gotta
explain
love the
so
B
much.
stories.
But yeah, God, let's clear a few of these comments here real quick. I know
Sure.
you've got to bounce. But
Yeah,
you're
I'll stick
welcome
around for 2 more
to
minutes.
as long as you need. Yvonne De Silva, thank you again. I guess H knocked on Elon's door, so he need to let some steam out. Yes, cameras in court should be opt out, but not opt in.
Yeah, I could see the text message coming through to Elon's phone. Hey,
Yeah.
baby, I need that. I need $8 million, and Elon's like, new phone, who dis,
Yeah, I saw that. But I wonder what she's got on him. Listening to it all, thank you for the generous donation. Thoughts on Elaine saying, no way, jury did not see social media. That apparently that was one of the things she said on the Today Show, was that they had to have seen it, and that's the only way it would be. She, as I said, she was the one that brought up all of this. The whole world hates Amber Heard. The whole world is being mobilized against her. Amber Turd is trending. They were the ones that introduced this shit to the jury.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, also saying this case shouldn't have been heard because it was already lost in the UK. That is so disingenuous if Elaine said that shit.
Wait, wait, hold on. Did Elaine say that in their interview?
Apparently.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go do that. Okay,
Yeah.
so tomorrow on my channel, I will go look at it. I'm gonna listen to it. Maybe we'll be able to play like 10-second clips from it, but we will not be able to play the whole thing because today's show is a bunch of fucking cocks.
Yeah.
They'll definitely strike us for that. So I will like get the transcript from it, and I will be debunking Elaine Bredehoff's bullshit. So that's gonna be something I'll handle tomorrow. But I've got to watch the whole thing. Like that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Also said JD found guilty of SA and 12 counts of. That's just. If she said that,
ridiculous. That's literally, there's no criminal charges against him in the UK. If she said that, that's fucking ridiculous. That's defamation.
IFD, orgy of misogyny, name of my new metal band. Awesome. That's good.
Okay. Pastor Flash has been trying to bribe me. Pastor Flash, if you want to give me the point on the cowboy hat, I will entertain it tomorrow. Obviously, I had a very serious guest that I had like limited time, and he's like, "Get put on the fucking cowboy hat," which I've got behind me. He's like, "How much am I gonna have to pay you?" I'm like, "Okay, tomorrow you can bribe me. I'll allow it. It's Friday. The trial is done. We're doing memes. We're having fun. Tomorrow you can gub at me with the cowboy hat. Okay, guys, you can come in with the cowboy hat tomorrow."
Well, thank you for paying me to say that to him.
Yeah,
I'll gladly take donations for relaying
Jeff,
messages.
Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to YouTube.
I had some guy pay me $20 to tell Nick to call him a bitch because he's working out.
Wait, right. Nick is working out?
No, the guy paid me to have Nick tell him he's a bitch for working out.
Oh.
So well,
shaming him for being healthy. Okay.
Yeah, for motivation or something. But hey, you want to throw money at me to tell us to pass on messages? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Post office over here, baby.
Guys, stick around for I'm gonna bounce, but stick around for Jeff. Alrighty. He's amazing. He's great. I look forward to collaborating. Jeff is my good friend. We're both in Korea, based as fuck. So we're gonna be doing a lot of work together. I'm gonna be back on this channel many times. He asked me, I'm there. He's got my personal information. So he knows how to get in contact with me better than anybody else.
Well,
but guys,
that's why I wanted you to come here. That's why I
hype you.
Because I just wanted to say that I'm here because of you. You talked me into this over drinks and constant pressure and
a lot of
drinking. Encouraged me. And I'm here because of you, because of all this trial things. Wanted to say thanks for that. Thanks for hooking me up here and for doing this. Just wanted to give a little bit of respect where respect is due.
Anytime, Jeff. Seriously, anytime. Welcome to the internet. I will not say welcome to LawTube because that term is now like. It's controversial. So welcome to the internet. Welcome to being a lawyer on the internet, being a lawyer on YouTube. We're all glad to have you guys. Take care. Stay based. I'll catch you.
Enjoy your day. All right. There we are. We had our drive-by there. Amin Danya, thank you so much. Jeff is real good at breakdowns. Always get there. Makes me sound like a DJ. Thanks. Maya4949, thank you for the smiley face. I can always use a smiley face. I wonder if that was a smiley face for me or a smiley face for Legal Mindset. Not sure. Whipplefish. Mods are all Amber supporters. At Legal Mindset moving to Florida if home loan goes through. My mods aren't Amber supporters. I'm happy about that. I have the greatest mods, and I'm just starting this thing here. My mods have been awesome. They're stupendous, and I couldn't do this without them because, quite frankly, I don't really know what I'm doing yet. But thank you for the donation. And Andrew Stone, can JD get retraction from publications, and what happens if they keep saying he's an abuser? Well, I don't know if they will issue any retractions, but I would imagine that the Washington Post may want to unpublish their article from their website. But now they're going to have to be careful if they start making new allegations and start making new assertions that he was doing these things. Trying to make sure I think I've got all these. I'm just so deathly afraid of skipping the statements and comments that have been made here through these awesome super chats. Again, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. There's 678 of you, 679 of you here now. And if there's some of you that haven't subscribed, I would deeply appreciate earning your subscription today. This is me. This is who I am. If anything sounds remotely interesting and fun to you, this is what I do. This is how I am. I mean, kind of call it as I see it. Free expression of opinions. We're all based here. We're all good. And that's it. Thank you, whoever just put me up to 19,900. My most recent subscriber. Thank you. All righty, let's plow through this toilet paper. Ugh. UK courts are much more amenable to defamation claims than American ones. Yeah, because we make you prove it. And if Judge Ascarati, if her son or daughter worked for the Washington Post, she wouldn't have been trying the case. But Depp still couldn't prevail. The British judge found that the son's characterization of Depp was substantially true. That same trial found that Depp physically abused Heard on at least 12 occasions. Yet the actor and his fans claim that it was Heard, not Depp, who was the A in their marriage. Again, proof. There's been much more evidence in this case than in that one. The trial has turned into a public orgy of misogyny. There we get the title of the metal band. While most of the vitriol is nominally directed at Heard, it is hard to shake the feeling that really it's directed at all women. Now, I will say, maybe I'm wrong because I don't do TikTok a lot. The only TikTok I see is when one of my friends that knows I don't do TikTok think there's something really interesting that I need to see on TikTok. Then they'll send them to me. But I know there's a lot going on there. And there's a lot going on other places. But I personally have not seen any statement about Amber Heard that has been directed at all women. Like when I'm saying this about Amber Heard, I'm really directing it at all women. No, that would be stupid to do that. And I haven't seen it. If it's happened, it happened. It may have happened, but I personally have not seen an instance of that where someone is saying Amber Heard is a liar. Amber Heard is this, that, and the other, but they really mean all women are doing that. And in particular, at those of us who spoke out about gendered A and SV during the height of the Me Too movement. If it happened, it happened. And whoever did it to you of either gender needs to be buried under a prison. But if it didn't happen and you're using the hashtag Me Too to tear apart someone's life, to tear apart their career, to tear apart their family just for revenge, for them breaking up with you or some other reason, that's wrong. It should be vilified. We are in a moment of virulent anti-feminist backlash. And the modest gains that were made in that era are being retracted with a gleeful display of victim blaming at a massive scale. I'm not buying that for a second. One woman has been made into a symbol of a movement that many view with fear and hatred, and she's being punished for that movement. In this way, Heard is still in an abusive relationship. But now it's not just with Depp, but with the whole country. And you know what? I mean, this just goes on and on. Ugh. I'm not going to read all this because it's just stupid. But there is an orgy of judgment. Yes, I like that. That's Peter's my first name. It's an orgy of judgments. Now, there is one article, though, that, I mean, all seriousness, I mean, that was just a loaded opinion piece that, from The Guardian. It was just a bad take. It was just a bad take. But there is one article that I want to get to here in a minute that I really don't understand at all. And many of you might be able to guess which article it is that makes no sense to me. But first, Jason Gilman Jr., I want to give you a big thanks for this donation. Found you and Legal Mindset by way of racket. The unfiltered MST3K style commentary is on point. How'd you get into Admiralty? That's just the firm that I worked that offered me the job, just happened to be an Admiralty firm. Worked on a Gria Lakes freighter for a summer. Congrats on my first super chat. Congrats to your first super chat, and I'm honored to have been the recipient of it. Thank you so much, and please keep coming back. Janie says, is it Janie or Janie? I need to get that worked out. Search Elaine Brederhoff today on YouTube. Yeah, today's show on YouTube. And it spells out all her claims in sad music. Great. Yeah, that will be tomorrow's topic. Maybe tomorrow morning's topic. I might do something in the morning instead of the evening tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday and I deserve to have a Friday night. But yeah, I'm going to watch that. I'll take notes because, obviously, like Andrew was saying, it's not going to be able to play much of anything from it. Robert, thank you for the donation. First super chat. Oh God, another first super chat. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate these. I don't expect anything. I won't beg for these, but I'm very, very, very grateful if they come in. The only thing I'll beg for is subscriptions and likes. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. First super chat. Awesome show. Love the video on Raketa watches. They're my favorite watches in the whole world. Wow, yeah, they're pretty sweet. I had some old school, like real cheapo Raketa watches. I had 3 of them, and they've all just died natural Soviet era deaths. But the new Raketa watch, that if you go back in my videos, if you care anything about watches, I did an unboxing of a Russian watch the other day that I just got, that was made from the outer hull of a Russian nuclear submarine. It's a pretty bitchin' cool watch. But yeah, thank you for the comment about that. I hope Amber doubles down and publishes another publication accusing JD of DV. Oh, that would be fun. And that would be just burn it to the ground. Nutella the Nun. That'd be a good name for like a character somewhere. You're so nice. I made a second account to sub twice. Thank you for the donation and the second sub. Gaming the system, grifting as much as possible. It's me. Right. You guys are awesome. Seriously. And again, thanks to my mods. Give my mods some love. They deserve it. Holy crap. I just accidentally deleted those 2 things. Let me run back up here and see them. Right. We have Jasper Cochran. Oh, Jasper, thank you. Thank you for the donation. Thanks for keeping chilled while I'm at work today. Doing my best not to need a lawyer because most of my customers today are challenging. Yes, I know whereof you speak. I felt it. Today was a pretty darn good day, considering that I've had no sleep for 3 weeks. Elaine and hashtag Amber Turd are getting slaughtered on the NY Post article, which is relating Elaine's appearance on TV this morning. Oh, good. Oh, good. I hope they get ratioed out of existence. But now I was saying, and I mean, this is time for some seriously weird shit here. This is something I can see how a lot of the wokeness and the SJWness, and I know people don't like those terms, but I don't know what else to call it. I'm a middle-aged old boomer dude living in Korea, so I'm not up on all the global lingua franca. But the SJWs and the woke people that try to expand the arguments into things that they really weren't meant for. This has me truly amazed. And let's just bask in the title of this article just for a second here. Let me quickly bring it up. And I don't know if we have any women of color in the chats here, but if we do, please someone help me out with this. Amber Heard verdict sends a message to Black women everywhere. What the fuck does that mean? Honest to God, what does that mean? Let that soak in just a little bit while I quickly take care of this. Let me see here. Shayla Danielson, 5,000. Oh, we're here in Korea as well. Annyeonghaseyo from south side of Korea. If this article is protecting women, I think I'm okay without it. Hashtag first super chat. Shayla, you freaking rock. Which part of the which part of this little peninsula are you on? I'm currently down here in Busan. It's great to have you here, and thank you for the first super chat. Please stick around and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And the same goes for all of you, because not subscribing to me is just inherently violent against me. That's my line, and I'm sticking to it. Now, seriously, I don't understand this. We're going to get into the article, but it's very rare that I get struck speechless by anything, but this has done it. I mean, I literally looked at this headline for minutes and thought, what? How? Why? Amber Heard's verdict sends a message to Black women everywhere. If the mistreatment of a wealthy, blonde-haired, blue-eyed white actress is ridiculed by the world, what does that mean for Black women? As Sophia Tarn says, what the fuck does skin have to do with lying about abuse? Seriously. And again, if we have any women of color or any men of color in there, what does this mean? I mean, how big of a leap are they going to take? Let's jump in. Here's a visual of two wealthy, blonde-haired, I don't know what color eyes Elaine has, because frankly, I don't want to stare into them because I know what happens when you look into the eyes of Medusa. Blue-eyed white actress, at least, is hugging it out here. On Wednesday, this is a short article, so bear with me. On Wednesday, a jury in Virginia decided that actor Johnny Depp had been defamed by ex-wife Amber Heard. And her 2018 op-ed published by the Washington Post, Depp was awarded $15 million in compensatory and punitive damages, but could only legally receive up to $10,350,000. Okay, so far so good. Nothing objectionable yet in the first sentence. We're doing good. Continuing on. Heard did win one claim in the case and received $2 million. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband, Heard said in a statement shortly after the verdict was announced. We get voice theater today, guys. That's the kind of mood I'm in. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. I stepped on a bee. My dog did anyway. It is a setback. It sets back the clock to a time when women who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously, she elaborated. If the mistreatment of a wealthy, blonde-haired, blue-eyed white actress is ridiculed by the world, what does this mean for Black women? For 6 weeks, Heard testified how Depp not only SA'd her, but also PA'd her throughout their relationship. She claimed that he headbutted her, as well as punched her, and dragged her around by her hair, parentheses, through broken glass. Heard maintained that everything she wrote in the op-ed, entitled I Spoke Up Against SV and Faced Our Culture. Why am I even saying SV? We've been demonetized a long time ago. And faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. Was true. Depp denied all allegations of abuse. Now here we get into the meat of it. Here we get into the gist of what it is that she is arguing. Again, I'm sorry. I assumed this article was written by a woman. Let me see if I'm right. By Candace McDuffie. Okay, I was right. Okay, assumption. Candace McDuffie. Again, I don't want to stereotype or guess because of names, but Candace McDuffie doesn't sound like the most person of color name out there. Charity Minta says, Legal Vices, you need a whiskey voiced lady to read your news. Is that you, or like a nice whiskey voice, like a smoky whiskey, like Marlena Dietrich thing, or like one of Marge Simpson's sisters? Maybe that should be the new Amber Simpson voice, like Thelma, like Selma and Patty. That'll be the new Amber Heard voice. Okay, anyway, sorry. On with the story. Did you just gender her based on her name? Sorry. Apologies. I'm learning again. I'm old. I haven't been in American culture for 34 years, so I'm learning. I apologize. For Black women who do not have whiteness or fame or money to protect them, Heard's words of a verdict are as a setback ring especially true. Again, I certainly am the very, very, very last person on earth who would speak for a person of color, and in particular a Black woman. But if someone told me as a Black woman, whiteness, fame, or money is the only thing that would protect me, I would be pissed. Whether you believe her or not, the way the world treated Heard was downright cruel and uncalled for. Not only were her bruises placed under her alleged bruises, again, see, all of these assume that those were legitimate actual bruises, when no evidence was shown to say that to prove that they were actually real bruises. But there was plenty of evidence that was submitted to show that they're not real bruises. Not only were her alleged bruises placed under a microscope by forensic experts during the trial, social media joined in on the skepticism. Yeah, because we're skeptical. You should be skeptical. You should listen and be a little bit skeptical, be a little bit concerned, be a little bit discerning. Heard was turned in everything from memes to murals mocking the validity of her abuse. The validity of her abuse should have been mocked because it didn't happen. She lied about it. The jury has now decided that she lied about it. You're not mocking the validity of her abuse. You're mocking the fact that she is a liar. Those are two very separate and distinct things. Some even believe Depp when he said that she was the aggressor in the relationship. She said she was the aggressor. She said she started these things. She said she was physical. She said she started fights. She is on the tapes being verbally abusive. So yeah, we believe him because there was evidence submitted to show this. If all of Heard's privilege couldn't protect her from such viciousness, Black women, like always, remain even more vulnerable. This author had better be a Black woman or at least a woman of color. Otherwise, this is the most disgusting example of virtue signaling that I've seen in a very, very long time. As we've seen from Tina Turner to Rihanna and Megan Thee Stallion to dozens of young Black women R. Kelly abused, our pain becomes punchlines and our humanity is invalidated. Oh, Tina, there's Ike beating Tina Turner jokes out there, but yeah, I wouldn't call her humanity being invalidated. She is a strong, powerful woman. The Megan Thee Stallion situation is a little weird. What happened to Heard is another vile reminder to women, particularly Black women, that nothing can guarantee our safety. Now look at this. This article literally made no legitimate analysis of Black women and violence, the believability of claims of violence by that particular social group and racial group. This was just every time This was just ridiculous, unmitigated virtue signaling. Anytime they said woman in this article, she just threw in, and especially black women, just to virtue signal and make it about that. Wait, what was this? Joanna DRB13 says, I got the transcript for the Today Show interview if you want it. Please email it to me. My email is, what is my email? thelegalvices@gmail.com, please. And then I can refer to it when I do this tomorrow. I want to listen to it first and watch it, but I would like the transcript for going over it tomorrow. Thank you for that. All right, we got to clean up some of these here. Mateo Santos, every headline I read just gets worse and worse, and it's going to continue to get worse and worse for a while, I believe. I don't think we're anywhere near getting out of the journalistic jungle. Johnny Arbor 007, M2 is wounded. They see the power to shut off the opposition's voice. Rumble is the future. Get on it. I'll have to. I'll get there slowly. Give me a chance. Charity Minton, thank you for your donation. Deeply appreciated. Lordy08. Oh, thank you very much for this incredibly generous donation. This is the same as my cumulative super chats to that shyster lawyer Nick Rekieta. Congrats on being monetized from Australia, the non-existent country. You deserved it. I won't bandwagon on that. I'm a Terry Pratchett fan, and I know Australia exists because he wrote about it. Guyvermectin, #B2. I like that. That's good. Both the name and the comment. John Johnston, thank you so much for this incredibly generous donation. Thanks for the late night grift. Appreciated your input on the panel these past couple of weeks. Yeah, we've got we were burning the candles at both ends there. Thank you so much for that donation, though. Kelly D, thank you for your donation. Wouldn't it behoove Elaine to just stay silent? Yeah. Yeah, it would. I mean, yeah. Not the best performance from her. But now here we are. You know, we can go on. I mean, there's other articles, but that's kind of all we really need to do. And otherwise, it's just kind of piling on. It's repeating. So we've got ourselves here to the end of what I was burning to talk about today. And it bled me 15 subscribers. Shame on you, weak-willed people. I'm entertaining, God damn it. What was the... Oh, the Phoenix line just, am I not entertaining? Or the Gladiator line. Shit, just slipped my head. I'm getting old. Oh, we got one of our subscribers back. Thanks. Anyway, this is like open up now. We're ready just to take as many comments as I can see. Again, if there's anybody here that still hasn't liked or subscribed, I would deeply appreciate your subscription. I hope I've earned it. And don't forget to like the video. It means something to me. Are you not entertained? That's what it was. It slipped my mind just for a second there. Now we're dogpiling me with bees and are you not entertained? So now open this up to a discussion. And I would like to know how many of you found the verdict surprising. I mean, are you surprised that he won all three of them? Are you surprised at the amounts? Are you surprised that she won any? Are you surprised that she lost any? Okay. Here we have Mink Mean. I am a black woman, and this article was extremely offensive in suggesting that black women are often liars. That's a base take. You rock. Thank you for your comment. My dog stepped on a bee. I cannot afford the legal fee. Oh, I just had like a little tune run through my head. That'd be kind of fun to make as a song. So yeah, okay, we're I'm surprised she did not get in jail. Well, it wasn't a criminal trial, so she was never of any risk to go to jail. Oh, and Rock, thank you. Or Rach. Are we Rach or Rock? There's no picture there for me to gender and or misgender. We'll call Rach. She wanted to bring in Twitter hashtags. She was the one that introduced the Amber Turd is trending. They did it. They were the ones that brought up that umbrella guy. Nobody else did. They brought up the fact that everybody thinks she's a liar during trial. That was really, really freaking stupid. Loretta Blott says, not surprised JD won. Very surprised she won, but it shows how diligent jurors were. I agree. I would have just kind of knee-jerked no through all of those comments. But when I went back to see why the jury would have awarded that, that showed me that they were very diligent and they paid a lot of attention to the jury form, to the instructions, and to the wording of the questions. So, I mean, that was actually surprising to me. Okay, I just about missed this super chat here. Let me get it up there. Kara Hightower, when, if any time, do you plan on moving back to the USA? And I was pleasantly surprised by the verdict, but just hope she's able to recoup at least some of it. He is able to recoup at least some of it. I hope he's able to recover it too. Maybe when I retire from my job here, maybe I'll go back. So maybe 10, 15 years, I'll head on back to die like the bear in the woods. Go back to my hometown in the mountains of northern Utah, where there's 4 distinct seasons, being almost winter, still winter, and July 24th. Legal Vices, when do you plan on coming to Canada? Safari Dream asks. I haven't been to Canada in a long time. I should go there. I got a bunch of friends that are from there and that live there. So I should get. God, I haven't been to Canada since 1988. Damn, that's been a long time. Usually, it's my Canadian friends who want to come to the States and visit me. So I say yes. Yeah, she can pledge her legal fees for her appeal, I guess. Yeah, I'd like to get. I can go visit Runkle. He can crawl through the tunnel to the U.S. and I can use the same tunnel to smuggle myself into Canada. Well, where do we go on from here? Like I said, there's probably going to be several more weeks or possibly even months before things calm down in the media. I mean, this was kind of the last hurrah. I don't like just sitting here and reading news articles. That's kind of lame, boring, and uninteresting. But I just kind of wanted to highlight a few of the things that have come out in the last 15, 16 hours. So we'll move on from here. Tomorrow, I will definitely be giving my take on the Elaine appearance on the Today Show, and that'll take us into the weekend. And when things settle down next week, I want to go over if we're not still talking about this, if something doesn't happen over the weekend, we'll move on. But what I want to do is now that the Marilyn Manson Evan Ward thing has now started by him filing the defamation lawsuit, I want to go over his complaint and the allegations behind that. So we'll start the very early stages of Marilyn Manson coverage. And if there's any other cases or anything, civil or criminal that you want to get my opinions or my takes on, please send it to my email. You can find the email in the About section. And my next step in my personal YouTube development is to put all of the links and tags and shit in the video description. I need to get on that. I just keep forgetting to do it. So just let me know if there's anything that's upcoming that you want me to pay attention to. And I'm still definitely trying to work out how to do some of the cross-examination from the O.J. Simpson case. Again, there's a lot to go through, and then I have to worry about the copyright strikes and things. So I'm probably going to do a test post from the O.J. Simpson trial just to see if it gets copyright claimed. and then we can go from there with that. And we'll be talking about some other lawyers I really respect. And like it doesn't have to be cases. If there's certain legal issues and things that you just want to get my take on, please email it to me or send it to me on Twitter and let me know, and I'll give it a look. And if it's something I think would be interesting, I would be happy to do it. Danya, again, thank you very much again for your donation. Would there be anyone coming after her to charge her? I don't know. In America, probably not. But I have heard talk that there might be perjury in Australia. There might be perjuries other places. Maiden Iron is checking out. Have a good night. League of Legends too long. Come to Toronto. I'll take you to dinner, but no dim sum. Is Canadian dim sum that bad? Do I plan to live here forever? I don't plan to live here forever, but I don't have any plans to go back anytime soon. Well, just kind of have to see what happens after retirement. Just want to go somewhere quiet and alone. Wonder in most papers angle to make JD as enemy. Wonder if same court we all other done must be afraid to see that journalism are on way die for the new YouTubers and other they feel threat. Yeah, there's a lot of people are. It seems like the mainstream media and other places are starting to feel threatened by the law tubers. Certainly no one's feeling threatened by me, but you're starting to see it. A lot of the articles in the mainstream media have been about how people here on YouTube, how the law tube community shouldn't be doing what it's doing. And we were watching over on Nick Ricada's stream last night. We were watching the Law and Crime feed, and they were just straight out reading super chats from their YouTube thing. Who started that? They weren't doing it until they saw that the other LawTube people, the legal YouTubers, were doing it, and they started doing that. So yeah, I think there's definitely a threat. Tanea Henry. Or Tanya. Could be Tanya, could be Tanea, sorry. Henry, come to Wyoming. It's the most alone anyone can be on the mainland. Oh, yeah. All my father's family are all from Wyoming. Star Valley, Afton, Auburn, Lincoln, that area. They're all Star Valley fams. Yeah, I love being in Wyoming. Wyoming is a great place. And that's what every year I do my big tour through Yellowstone just to reboot. Wyoming is a great place. Were OJ really sequestered for around 9 months? Yes. The OJ Simpson jurors were sequestered for 265 days. The trial itself lasted about 11 months, and they were sequestered for about 9 of it. That was pretty epic. I believe it's the longest sequestration in American legal history. I can't even think of anything that's close to it. But I can't rule out the possibility there's something longer. Hearts for Wyoming. 9 months. It's literally a jail sentence. Yeah, and I think if memory serves me correctly, for the 265 days they were sequestered, I think they got around $13,500, $13,600, something like that. That was their compensation for being locked in a hotel room for 11 months. And they were bussed to trial together, bussed back from trial together. It was pretty tight. And that was, yeah, I said that as Wade Watts asked how much did the OJ jurors get paid. I think they got paid a total like $13,600, $13,500 for the whole thing. Oh, Cheryl McNabb says, I should visit Scotland. That is on next year's trip. I had planned to go to Scotland in 2020, but the evil virus had other plans for me. What I want to do for my first trip there is, my plan was to spend about 4 days on Islay, touring all of the whiskey distilleries on Islay, and then going up into the Highlands, because I want to get up to the Glenmorangie distillery. Basically, I want to just do a distillery tour of Scotland. I want to drink my way through Scotland and see the few castles along the way, and then end with spending 3 or 4 days in Ireland. to visit that side of it, because my mother's family are Lithuanian and Irish, and my father's family are Glaswegians, and there's some from Edinburgh, and then the rest are English. So I need to get back to the ancestral homelands. Should come to Australia, but according to Nick, it doesn't exist. I'd like to go to Australia. Australia would be fun. I'd like to go everywhere. I mean, I love to travel, and I wish I was able to do it more, but being the busy law guy that I am, I get 2 weeks vacation a year, and usually go back home to spend it. So, all righty. Well, I think we've kind of played this out here, and I think I've got every super chat tonight. I know I missed at least one yesterday, and I'm deeply horrifically sorry for that. But if I have missed anybody's super chat, please tell me now. I believe it. And again, if you would like to subscribe to me, if you haven't already done so, I would greatly appreciate it, as always. And I would greatly appreciate your liking this video. I hope you're entertained. I hope this was an entertaining night. We're winding down on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing. There'll be a few scattered things here and there, but I'm glad we're doing this, and I owe everything I have right now, the 19,898 subscribers, the monetization, and all of this mainly to Legal Mindset, who got me set up doing this. We were having way too many drinks one night up in Seoul, and he kept telling me that people would be entertained. People would like to hear from me, and they might even throw coins at their Witcher to do things. But yeah, and I resisted, and then the more I thought about it, the more it sounded kind of interesting and fun to do. So he strong-armed me into it. He walked me through the initial growing pains, got me set up, got me hooked up with proper equipment and right things, and gave me some advice. So I'm primarily deeply appreciative of Andrew from Legal Mindset for hooking me up. Then he got me on the panels. He got me into Nick's first, and had a lot of fun with Nick, and I hit it off real well with Nick, and he kept inviting me back. So I guess I was mildly amusing, at least, and that was a great thing, and that introduced me to a lot of you. And then Legal Bites, she's invited me a couple of times, and I deeply appreciate everybody. And then the other people that I've just worked with on the other panels, the other people that I have met and collaborated with, I guess is not, it's been a great time. It's only been 3 weeks. That's what's freaking weird to me. It's only been 3 weeks. And that so weirds me out that I went from not even doing this to being where I am after only 3 weeks. This has been fun, and I deeply appreciate engaging with all of you guys. We've got some stars here to work off. You need a send-off quote of the night. Oh, I've got a send-off quote of the night. We'll get there, Jenny. You know what it is. Would there be anyone, says, Danya, thank you again. Would there be anyone coming after her to charge her? No. Again, I already answered that, didn't I? Geez, I haven't had anything to drink. But now nobody was going to be coming after her in the States. Maybe in Australia. My Beavers unit says you're fantastic. Oh, and you're so sweet. And again, as I sign off for tonight, tomorrow, join me for my take on whatever abomination happened on the morning show. We'll get to that. And thank you for everything. Please like and subscribe. I'm Legal Vices. Thanking my moderators, thanking the viewers, thanking the commenters, and thanking everyone who gave me super chats, super stickers, super likes. Inviting you to come back next time. And in the meantime, enjoy your legal vices. Thank you.